Puff Daddy's parents. Yeah. So, we all come from Harlem, born here, raised.
I love you too.
Man, you know, his mother had a modeling agency, and it was alleged that it was also ladies of the night, a prostitution ring too.
Dapper Dan tried to sound the alarm about Diddy's mom, and we ignored it. But now, Harlem's got the streets talking wild. Whispers say Janice Combs wasn't just some proud mama cheering from the sidelines. Nah, folks claim she was the queen pin behind secret after-dark spots, allegedly teaching Diddy his freak game way before Bad Boy was even born. And get this, they say she's the one who introduced him to all those wild freak-off techniques.
A lot of things that you see happen came about from not even from my generation, but the generation that became before me.
They say she groomed him into the game, taught him how to slide slick, how to control people, how to make moves without blinking. And here's the real jaw-dropper. Some even say Mama Combs was right there in the mix during those freak-offs. Yeah, you heard that right. Remember that infamous hotel hallway footage where Diddy put hands on Cassie? The internet exploded, but who rushed out the gate to protect him? His own mama, Janice. She stood solid, acting like he was the one under attack.
Shout out to my mom, call Mom Dukes.
Hi.
She's getting a drip with me, she's hydrating. What's up, Ma?
Everything's good.
But now, Harlem insiders are whispering that she may have known the full story all along and didn't flinch. And the more people dig, the messier it gets. So now we gotta ask, was Janice Combs just a loyal mother? Or was she actually the mastermind behind all this madness? Before Diddy got snatched by the feds, Harlem fashion legend Dapper Dan had already spilled the tea. And trust, he wasn't sugarcoating a thing when they brought up Puff's name. He didn't defend him for 1 second.
I love you.
I love you too.
He didn't go in on Diddy directly, but he hit hard with that old school Harlem truth. Dapper Dan dropped gems, saying he grew up around Puff's parents, including Mama Janice herself. And according to him, this whole mess ain't brand new. Dap basically said, what we're seeing today didn't start with Diddy. It's part of a twisted cycle that's been spinning for decades.
Yeah, my mom's is single. Mom's is single. I ain't gonna hate on my mom's. She's single.
That wild behavior, them secret parties, that thirst for control, it was already bubbling in the streets way before Bad Boy even came into the picture. The only thing that changed? Social media blew the lid off. No more hiding behind champagne glasses and Versace shades. It's all out in the open now. And suddenly, what Dapper Dan said hits different because the rumors, they're everywhere. People been whispering that Janice Combs didn't just raise Diddy, she raised him into this life.
To do her little modeling thing with her little ladies of the night, the little wild parties. When she gave that up, I don't think she was in the business.
Some say she introduced him to the whole freak-off scene from day one. Their relationship, let's just say folks are calling it unusual for a mother and son. The craziest claims? That Janice was out there participating in the same wild freak-offs that Diddy's now being dragged into court for. Yeah, those ones, with NDAs, lawsuits, and victims still trying to heal. And get this, there's an old clip floating around showing Diddy and his mama side by side, both getting IV drips like it's nothing, allegedly for hydration.
Got the receipts. Everything is in your mother's name. That's the one who got the receipts. You need more proof? Biggie ain't here, so big.
But here's the twisted part. court docs mentioned that Diddy's freak-offs went so hard and so long, folks needed IVs afterward just to recover. Passed out, dehydrated, wrecked. People were coming out of those freak-offs sweating, wiped out, straight up medically drained. Now look, we ain't saying Janice and Diddy had just left one of those wild events when they got those IV drips, but the timing, the optics, way too shady to ignore. And that's just scratching the surface.
Music mogul Janice Combs' mother is defending her son. She's calling the charges of trafficking and racketeering a public lynching and a pain too unbearable to...
Folks been side-eyeing how close Diddy gets with his mama on camera. There's footage, real footage, of him kissing her right on the lips, and not no innocent little forehead kiss. We talking full lips. Then he starts talking about how Janice is single and needs a man. At 85? Like, come on, that's your mama, bruh. You really don't see how strange that sounds? But there's more, way more. Most people think Janice used to be a model, but Harlem OGs say that's straight up cap.
He cuss his mama out like a sailor, and I told him, and Miss Combs, you could get mad all you want to, you know this is true. That cussed you out in front of on 19th Street at the old bad boy office downstairs who was getting in the limousine. And I say, boy, if I ever hear you cuss your mama.
Word is, she was actually a madam behind the scenes, allegedly connecting young girls with powerful men. That whole modeling thing, just the smoke and mirrors, all glitz and glam on the outside, while behind closed doors, shady deals were going down and girls were being pimped out. And standing there the whole time, watching it all unfold, a young Diddy.
The saying is his mother was a prostitute and a whore. But there's whispers in the streets of Harlem that Diddy's mother isn't alive. Not his biological mother, that woman is his.
Word on the block is he soaked it all up, learned the whole game from her. How to charm, how to deceive, how to own a room while doing the dirtiest things behind the scenes. And this ain't just some wild theory either. Jaguar Wright's been screaming this for years. She straight up said Janice was the blueprint, the head madam, and Diddy, he just followed in her footsteps like it was gospel. Even Mace, who's had beef with Diddy for years, said it loud. Janice knows everything.
His father was a government snitch and a bad actor in the criminal world.
According to him, Diddy's been hiding behind his mama this whole time, like she's some kind of human vault, locking away every dirty secret he doesn't want the world to see. And every time Diddy's name blows up in the headlines, guess who shows up? Janice, always ready to defend her son like clockwork. Take the Cassie video, for example, the one where Diddy laid hands on her in that hotel hallway. The internet lost it, but who came out swinging to protect him?
But why you believe she knew about the freakos?
Because one of the witnesses...
Yup, Janice. She painted him like some poor, innocent soul, like he was the one being attacked. But we all saw that clip. We know what we saw. And Janice, she did too. She knew exactly what her son was capable of, but still chose to stand by him.
If the studio or any rooms is red, is making love. Some of the ones who went in the room, for sure they were underage.
They said they could ship me off and sell me.
Now here's where it gets even more twisted. Some folks are saying Janice may not only be an enabler, she might have been a victim too. Yeah, it's dark. Gene Deal, who used to work close to Diddy back in the day, said he heard it straight from Kirk Burrow, one of Diddy's old right-hand men. He said Diddy didn't just argue with his mom, he cursed her out. And allegedly, it went even further. Word is he slapped Janice. That's what's being said. Not just disrespect, but physical. He slapped his own mama, the same woman he kisses on the lips and praises like a queen in every other interview. It's not making sense. And if that story's real, it flips the whole narrative on its head. Because now, People are starting to believe something even deeper, bloodline deep.
Curious about the status of P. Diddy.
Status of what?
P. Diddy. Diddy.
Word is, Janice Combs might not even be Diddy's real mother. That's right. Some say his actual biological mom passed away years ago, and the woman we've seen by his side all this time might be someone else entirely. So why would anyone hide that? Well, if you follow the roots, things get real shady. Diddy's biological father, Melvin Combs, was allegedly a government informant, a Fed, a snitch. The streets knew, Harlem whispered. And Jaguar Wright didn't hold back. She said this man was in deep, not just minor deals. She claims he was mixed up in shady operations, secret arrangements, political hookups, and betrayal on the block.
With Puff Daddy's parents. Yeah. So, we all come from home, born here, raised.
It's giving full-on Fed family dynasty. And guess what? Diddy's been called a Fed too. Remember when Kanye said it straight to the camera? Puff out here acting like federal police? And folks online weren't laughing. They were nodding. Because the pattern's hard to ignore. Look at how Diddy moves. Quiet when it counts. Clean when things go down. He always seems to know who to blame and when to duck out. Like father, like son, it's looking real suspicious. And then it gets even darker. Old interviews, neighborhood whispers, folks who claim they saw things firsthand. They say Diddy's childhood wasn't normal. It was filled with substances, chaos, and secrets.
I love you too.
Some even say they walked into rooms full of grown men, naked women, and little Diddy just sitting there, watching it all go down. And in that same Vibe interview, it was said Diddy's then girlfriend, Jennifer Lopez, was just chilling on the couch, laid back, while some adult documentary was playing in the background, like it was nothing. Y'all, that's not boy becomes man energy. That's unhealed trauma dressed up as swagger. And industry whispers, they've been saying Janice wasn't clueless about any of it. In fact, she might have been guiding the whole thing.
Man, you know, his mother had a modeling agency, and it was alleged that it was also ladies of the night, a prostitution ring.
One source tied to a Bad Boy docuseries dropped something wild. They said Diddy always preferred red lighting at those infamous parties. Think about it. Moody, low, seductive red lights. That kind of vibe doesn't just happen. That's intention. That's setup. And guess who supposedly taught him how to curate that eerie scene? Janice. They said she was a master of the vibe, but not in any sweet or motherly kind of way. No, in the she knows how to turn the room dark kind of way. One chilling quote from someone close to the old scene even said, "They could ship me off and sell me to anyone." That's how deep and twisted this world allegedly got. Now zoom out for a sec. There's another name that keeps popping up, Clive Davis. Word is, Clive had ties to Melvin Combs, Diddy's father, before Melvin passed. And after that, boom, young Diddy just so happens to end up under Clive's wing. Coincidence? Or was Diddy picked from the jump? Because the way it looks, it's giving chosen one energy, but not the feel-good kind. This feels scripted. Some folks out here are speculating, and again, allegedly, that Diddy may have had to go through some serious rites of passage to earn his spot in the industry. And guess who was right there for all of it? Janice. Watching, maybe managing, maybe even doing more than just that. So when you step back and line it all up, it gets wild. A kid allegedly exposed to adult content way too early. A family situation full of mystery, where the woman raising him might not even be his real mother. 3 power players stepping in while he's still young. And that same mother figure, She's not just present. Multiple accounts say she was right in the mix. Not just watching, participating. It's a twisted setup. And now we're here, in the present, where the walls are closing in. Diddy's trial is deep into week 2, and things are unraveling fast. Bodyguards are hitting the stand, exes are speaking up, and survivors are dropping names. The court docs? Stacking up like dirty laundry in a locked closet. And nah, this ain't just about Cassie anymore. This case, it's massive. But here's where things take a shady turn. There's buzz that Janice Combs might allegedly be helping her son hide money. And this ain't just internet talk. Word is, Diddy's got multiple properties and assets that aren't in his name, they're under hers. That could flip everything. Because if that's true, she ain't just the mama in the background. She might be a whole person of interest. And the feds, they don't mess around when it comes to money trails. If they find out Janice was moving cash or helping cover things up, she's getting pulled under that spotlight real quick. Now people are asking, maybe Diddy didn't become this way in spite of Janice. Maybe he became this way because of her. Let's keep it real. Diddy's freaky behavior, the twisted power moves, the mind games, the manipulation, none of that came out of thin air. That kind of darkness don't just show up. It's taught. It's passed down. And if even half these stories are true, then Janice wasn't just watching. She was showing him the ropes from day one. But I gotta ask, what do you think? Is Janice just an overprotective mama riding for her son no matter what? Or is she the real mastermind behind the madness? Could she be the one pulling strings this whole time? Or just another figure trapped in Diddy's twisted world? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I need to hear what y'all think. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Because with how fast this trial's heating up, you do not want to miss what's coming next. See you in the next one.